Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebral lights. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of In the Loop. But before you go another further, do yourself a favor, and while you're at it, do me a solid. Take a second and hit that subscribe button. And once you've done that, take another second and hit that tiny little bell just so you can turn on your alerts so that you can be kept in the loop. Having gotten all that business out of the way, let's talk about what we're really here to talk about today, and that is 3LW, excuse me, Three Little Women. Now, this group was moderately successful back in the early 2000s. They had a couple of sort of mediocre hits, but they were never really huge. Probably the greatest success came when they morphed into the Cheetah Girls minus Nauturi Naughton. So 3LW, which was initially comprised of Adrienne Bailon, Keely Williams, and Nauturi Naughton, they had a very acrimonious breakup. It was all over the media when this happened. I remember something about mashed potatoes and KFC being thrown, and that was sort of the final straw for Nauturi. She left the group and didn't look back. For a while, it looked like she was going to fade into obscurity, but then we saw her reemerge on the show Power, and we also saw her play the role of Little Kim in the Notorious movie. So since then, we've also seen Adrienne Bailon on the show The Real. Now, after 3LW, Adrienne and Keely went on to form the Cheetah Girls with a third girl. I forget the third girl's name. Sabrina, I want to say her name was, but I'm not completely sure, so don't quote me on that. But the three of them formed the new group, minus Nauturi, and that group was actually really successful. So Nauturi had to sit on the sidelines, and, she was pretty upset about the way the group ended, and she was saying that there were some issues with colorism, and feeling like because she was not of a fairer complexion like Keely and Adrienne, that she was sort of slighted in the group by the manager, i.e. Keely's sister, Say. So now that they're all grown women, several years have passed, people have had time to process what has happened. They're sort of on their Ian Van Zandt, they're ready to fix their lives. And Nauturi stopped by. Nauturi, who is currently with child, stopped by The Real, which was Adrienne's show, to talk. And Adrienne was very apologetic. She was atoning, talking about the things that happened or transpired while they were in the group, and how she felt bad and felt like the adults around them manipulated the situations to their advantage. And she was very, very apologetic, and Nauturi was very receptive to the apologies. Now, Keely, who is MIA at this point, I think I saw something a few years ago, maybe not that long ago, where she got married to a woman. So I'm not sure exactly what she's doing with her life these days. But Adrienne and Nauturi are both very visible. So they went on the show. They sort of had their kumbaya moment where the two of them reconciled and sort of agreed to at the very least be congenial to one another. Now, Keely's sister was on the sideline somewhere watching all of this go down, and she had no time for the reunion. So she decided to take to her Twitter account to air her grievances via Twitter, and this is what she had to say. In one tweet, she says, "What exactly did we do to Nauturi Naughton? What is she apologizing for, she being Adrienne Bailon? We put you on, and you've spent years talking trash about us." In the second tweet, she says, "I think you should fight fire with fire, especially when people have been talking smack for years. Two fakes. What lies should I expose first?" In the third tweet, she says, "Let me get this straight at Adrienne Bailon." So let me get this straight. At Adrienne Bailon continued to be managed by me for 4 years after Nauturi left 3LW because she was afraid? Please. In another tweet, she says, "And yes, after 13 years of listening to tall tales, especially by at Nauturi Naughton, I'm pissed off. You had a problem with skin color, not us." Then this is where it really gets juicy. She says, "You know why Cheetah Girls ended? Naked pictures of Adrienne Bailon, and Disney was not having any of that. Should we start talking about you sleeping with married men for years behind everyone's back?" I'm not sure if she's addressing that to Adrienne or to Nauturi. I'm assuming it's Adrienne, though. In another tweet, she says, "And poor Rob Kardashian never saw it coming. Schemed on him and chewed him up, spit him out, and I'm not talking about Blac Chyna." In another tweet, she simply says, "Kanye," with a question mark, as if to imply that Adrienne and Kanye had some sort of interaction. Not my business. She also says in a final tweet, "You should have stopped throwing shade while you were ahead." Now, having read those tweets, I will say that it does give credence to both Nauturi and Adrienne's sort of experiences within the group 3LW. But with that being said, I think it's time to move on. I think it's time that everyone moves on. Just stop talking about it. Just move on. You know, Keely's married. Nauturi's with child. Adrienne was recently married. So it's time for everyone just to grow up and just go from being 3 little women to being 3 grown-ass women. Now, that's my impression. I want to hear what you have to say. So make sure you comment below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you feel so inclined. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, in closing, people, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.